Hey, welcome back. So right now, I'm being a little bit quiet because where I am, it's currently like 11:30, probably at this point closer to midnight. And this is probably the creepiest, sketchiest thing I've ever done. But because it's October, beautiful month, my favorite month, and the spooky season is upon us, and Halloween, my favorite holiday. Yes, I do count that as a holiday. I figured I would show you guys my horror collection. It's going to be so much fun, but also slightly creepy. So I figure I'm going to save the best stuff for last, but I figured I'd start out small. So I have this Friday the 13th mask. I found it in a comic book store that it's not normally a place that I would shop, but I was in there with my husband and I seen it, could not resist it. And I actually got it discounted because there's a huge crack in the back of it. And I just also realized that it's by NECA. That's pretty cool. NECA's a really cool company for like action figures and stuff like that. Yeah, so I got that discounted. I think I only spent maybe like $15 on this, which wasn't too bad. Let's see, what else? I'm sure you guys have seen this on my channel before, but my little skeleton cat, who I say looks like my senior cat, Allie. I keep her posed on a chair with a few other things. Next, I have, we'll call this the Plush collection of things that I have. So I have this Trick or Treat Studio, not Trick or Treat Studio, Trick or Treat Sam, that I found this at Spirit Halloween. I thought he was just absolutely adorable in his little pajamas. He's his little pumpkin. And I don't want to take the tag off. I'm going to keep that on. But he's more cute to me than scary. And then when I was down the shore, this was even prior to like any kind of talks about the new movie coming out, anything like that. But like 2 or 3 years ago when we were down the shore, I seen this guy in one of the little boardwalk shops. And he's cute. That's, of course, Beetlejuice. His little tag. Again, prior to any stuff with the movie coming out, I've always been a Beetlejuice fan. I'm not necessarily a Tim Burton fan, but I did love Beetlejuice. I don't know if there's any other movies. Maybe Edward Scissorhands. That was a cool one too. But this guy's pretty cool. And then last year for Halloween, my daughter was Wednesday Addams. So for like with her costume, we got her like this little accessory at Spirit. And it is the Wednesday Addams doll that she has in the movies from back in the day in the 90s. But this isn't just a plush. What's really cool is it's a purse. So like it has the straps, everything with it. And I would totally use this, especially in this month, but there really isn't a whole lot of space inside of there. And I tend to usually carry quite a bit of stuff with me. Okay. So the next two things I will show you guys are things that honestly aren't even meant to be scary, but I know that they creep a lot of people out. One of them, myself included, it does. And the first thing I'll show you is this girl who has been on my channel numerous amounts of times. And of course, that's Little Miss No Name. And they call her the waif doll. Underwear. I have to get a big gold safety pin. And I'm sure I can find that at like a craft store or something. But I think she's adorable. I know a lot of people are creeped out by her. And I don't know if her head's supposed to tilt like this or not. I hope it's not her plastic disintegrating. And the next one, where can I put her safely? The next one, again, was actually not meant to be anything scary. And this one does creep me out. And when I first got it, I wasn't scared at first. Okay, she's kind of a big girl. But I found her at a indoor flea market. And I thought at the time that she was just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, she's so gorgeous. And, oh my goodness, she's heavy. She is a fully porcelain doll. She even has like shoes. 500 layers of gown. And why I thought she was creepy. God, this is so sketchy right now. So, yes, I do think she's beautiful. But the reason I think she is creepy is because when we moved into this house, now I had her prior maybe like 2 years before we moved into the house that we're in now. But when we moved in here, I was setting up my doll room and I went to go take her out of the box that I have. And out of nowhere, all of a sudden I hear music playing. She is a music box doll on top of being like 5 foot tall. I never wound her up before. Like I said, I had no idea until we moved into this house. And I went to go take her out of the box and I heard the music playing and it kind of freaked me out. I was like, what the? Like, that's really scary. No idea again. And I was like, where's it coming from? And then I looked on her back and I see, it's kind of hard to see, but she does have like a toggle switch back there that you wind. And she plays music. I, at this point, can't get her to stop. Okay. And she is very heavy. Before I go any further, I'm trying to think what I want to do here. Let me show you. What can I show you next? I will show you this. And when I show you this, I'm pretty sure you're going to know right away what it's from. She has been on my channel maybe once. I don't know. I always have her posed very close by, though. And she is also a big girl. Right now, she's in a sitting down position, but she is much taller. And of course, I'm talking about the lovely Annabelle. Posable. This is my Trick or Treat studio girl. She is one of my favorite things. I absolutely adore her. She is very photogenic. I took quite a few pictures with her. My kids have. She's great. Since I got this doll, the kids are terrified to come in here by themselves. Yeah, they don't like it. She sits in a rocking chair, which is pretty accurate to the movie. Not on purpose either, because I had the rocking chair before I had Annabelle. And it's actually the same. It's like a white rocking chair, just like in the movie. It's really funny. Okay. I'm going to show you a few smaller things before I show you. And you can probably see where I'm going with this. With the smaller things first. So I got this little mini good guy doll. And I believe this thing was on my channel before. He's from NECA. And I don't have all his accessories right now to pull out to show you. But his heads interchange, his hands interchange, and he has a few weapons with him. But he's really cute. He's like a fun doll to like take somewhere with me. You put him in your pocket, your purse, whatever. Then I got Good Guy cereal. And I think I found this. So it has the price tag on it. I think I found this in like FYE maybe, or Spencer's. I did take the cereal out of it because it's in a doll room that used to be a garage. I'm really not trying to attract any bugs. And who wants moldy cereal sitting around for decades on end? Okay. Next, I have... oh, goodness. This guy, who I got a bunch of years ago, like when my oldest son, when he was maybe 5. He is from Spencer's. And considering the time and how old he is, his facial screening actually isn't too terrible. I sometimes bring him to work with me. That's why he has a name tag on. But I think he's great. Basic, run-of-the-mill. He came with... that one, he came with this knife. It's plastic. Can't hurt anything. Nothing. But he was cool at the time. Actually, when I got him, he wasn't even for me. My son wanted him. And there's somewhere, it's floating around somewhere, but my son was walking through the mall with this thing, like hugging it for dear life. And I don't know what radio station is, but Preston and Steve at the time were there, and they seen my son with this doll, and they were like, that is freaking awesome. Let me take your kid's picture. So somewhere on the internet, my son's 5-year-old picture is floating around with this guy. Pretty cool. Okay. I saved the very, very best, in my opinion, for last. And this guy, he's been on my channel before. It is the Trick or Treat Studio Good Guy doll. The box is, I don't know why it's so dirty. It just sits in here. But the box is really awesome. Like, it's pretty accurate to the actual one. The only thing I heard is that there used to be a picture of an Indian chief on here, and they took it off maybe a few years after this was released because of cultural appropriation. They took it off. So let me show you the doll that actually came in there. And this is wild. So I got him about 2 or 3 years ago, and this is only the second time that I've taken him out of the box. The first time being when I actually got him. I am so protective of this doll because it's a whole big story. It's on my unboxing, but sorry, hold on. Let me show you him first, and I'll get more into that. How freaking awesome is this? Trick or Treat Studios. Wow. Like, this is like an exact movie prop replica. He is so good looking. He actually looks like Chucky is what I mean by that. I actually don't find redheads attractive, even though 2 of my favorite characters of all time happen to be redheads. But he looks incredible. They did such an amazing job with this thing. He does have, sadly, a couple shine marks on his face that my daughter put on there the very first day I opened him up. But yeah, okay, so Chucky, well, Child's Play, the very first movie, came out in 1988. That's the year that I was born. I have, and even when I was little, I had like a small little Chucky doll with like a purple mouth that was like screaming open. And my kids had another one too like that, but I ended up throwing it out with a bunch of junk, I think. So Child's Play, the movie, came out in 1988. I literally grew up with Chucky. I have been watching Chucky since I was probably this size. And I was never scared of him. I mean, I thought the whole movie concept and, that it was really cool. Like, I loved it. But it wasn't scary to me. No, what I wanted instead was a good guy doll, just like Andy had in the movie, for myself. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And that's why this guy means so much to me, why I'm petrified. Now I'm really even more petrified of taking him out of the box than anything happening to him, because I just found out that Trick or Treat Studios no longer sells these guys because they don't have the license anymore to do it. But he is probably one of my favorite, like, aside from like a very few childhood things that I have in this room, he's probably one of my favorite things. I have waited my entire life to have a guy like this of my own, and I could not be happier with Trick or Treat Studios for this. He does stand on his own. He has that armature. He's like foam and wire armature inside. So he stands, he's posable. You could do pretty much anything you want with him. You can turn his hands any which way. His head moves. He's incredible. Like, just looking at his face and you see his head move, you just imagine like his eyes blinking and him talking. Yeah, he's definitely amazing. And that wraps up. Oh, I also have this knife too, which is different from the other one. This one says Chucky on it. So I got a sweater, a Child's Play sweater actually, a couple years back from Spirit Halloween, and this came in the set with it. But I think that's gonna wrap up all of my scary stuff. I don't think I have anything else. Just maybe like a couple action figures of like Dracula and a werewolf, but I hope you guys really enjoyed looking at my horror collection. Like I said, it was kind of sketchy making it this late at night, being in a room with literally thousands of eyes looking at you. But it was fun. I had a good time making the video, refreshing all of my horror stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, anything in the comments if you have any questions for me, if there's something you want to see in more close-up detail, anything like that, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a very great night and a happy Halloween, and I'll see you. Bye.